What is going on, guys? Welcome to NASCAR Mailbox, where I answer your questions on the Frontstretch YouTube channel to get you a better understanding of what happened at Daytona International Speedway. Come along, we got some questions to answer as we dig right in. This first question comes from MLG Pro Swag 69. They ask, did RCR screw themselves and Byron by doing a teammate restart between the 8 and the 3 at the cost of having any forward momentum? Now, it's a yes and no answer. It was a great idea, poor execution. During this post-race interview after getting checked out in the infield care center, Austin Dillon was committed in helping Kyle Busch win the Daytona 500. Dillon himself has already won the Great American Race before in 2018. It was just an execution problem. Look at this restart here. Kyle Busch gets off to a great restart and goes down to the inside line with Austin Dillon, but there's a gap between the 8 car and the 3. That gives a chance to the 22 car to gain the momentum. But the 8 and the 3 get together in turn 1, and the 8 again starts to build a gap between himself and his teammate. By that time, it's realized off of turn 2, the outside line has a huge run, and Kyle Busch doesn't get a good push from Austin Dillon. That loses the momentum on the inside line, and by the time they get back straightaway, Austin Dillon's turned around, and Kyle Busch loses his drafting partner to a wreck. So it was more of a Kyle Busch not being able to have Austin Dillon behind him. Not just how the plan is, it's just how they executed the plan is why RCR was not able to capture the checkered flag here at Daytona. Now this next question is going to come from the channel MLT. They ask, so many have unfinished business at the headquarters. Daytona is a beast. How about Greg Van Alst taking the ARCA Menards? That's the big win cap right there. One for the short track crowd. Good story, great speed weeks. I do have to agree with that. Greg Van Alst is definitely the definition of working hard to achieve his dream. Quite the opposite of a paid driver that a lot of people are turned off in NASCAR. Greg Van Alst has made starts in ARCA Menards 20 years ago. And it kind of started with him winning the CRA championship. He got an opportunity to test a car for Hillenberg's ARCA Menards team, and he turned that into an opportunity to buy an ARCA car and compete full time. He had a point where he's telling a story in a post-race press conference that his racing career was so down low that he had to buy a chassis after wrecking, and he had to live on $50 in his bank account for 2 weeks until payday. Greg decided, instead of just trying to pursue his racing career, he'd start his fencing company, build that up, and then pursue racing. And he said that fencing company pays about 75% of the bills for the ARCA Menards Series. It's truly a great story for Greg Van Alst to capture a win. Definitely one of those drivers that's earned his stripes in the garage, per se. Like I said, you're never too old to achieve your dreams. Sure, they're young drivers up and coming, a lot of 18 to 25-year-olds, but Greg Van Alst says determination can get you into victory lane. And I'm going to go and answer the second part of MLT's second question. And it says, did Christopher Bell almost pull off the track before crossing the finish line? Yes, he did. Christopher Bell thought that the final lap already happened and he was getting ready to go to pit road. The problem would have been if he was going to go to the garage area. So if Christopher Bell did go down to pit road, which he was below the yellow line trying to go towards pit road, he likely would have been fine. Would have been a Mark Martin type of story. But would have been interesting if he pulled straight into the garage, not completing that final lap. He had a thought for a moment that the actual race was over, but he had to complete that lap before going on a pit road. So yes, he did think about it, but team very quickly corrected him. He got back on track and was able to keep his third place finish as NASCAR was trying to review the wreck that caused on the last lap. That is all for now for the NASCAR Mailbox. I hope you tune in next week after the final race on the 2-mile configuration at Auto Club Speedway here on the Frontstretch YouTube channel. I'm Jared Haas. Until we meet again, have a great race weekend.
This is Austin Dillon, driver of the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also check out one of those 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.